try to get to more shots of you, but
Welcome to Monday Night D&D with
Why don't I have a name?
Oh.
welcome to a brand new member. This is Daye.
Yikes. You know, you don't need any introduction. Everyone knows who you are.
Where everybody knows your name.
Oh, wait, you don't have a...
This is our celebrity guest today, Daye.
Who is she?
Celebrity guest, Daye Hutton. And Melissa with pink hair. That's our highlights.
Yeah, got some pink hair. It's looking good.
Some pink hair.
We just have like all the colors of the rainbow eventually, which is like the guy should also get their hair colored as well.
Cornelia's hair pink? Is that why you did pink?
Maybe. No.
Cornelia,
Was it?
No, that's so cute.
Really, but
I'll chop all my hair off and dye it silver. I'll be pup, okay? I'll cut it even shorter.
It almost is silver right now.
Yeah, the front is.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like you have like puppish hair
yeah.
right now.
It's flipping
Yeah.
out.
I definitely have chest hair. We all accidentally have our own hair. True. Absolutely trust hair.
Like imitating art imitating life. You know.
Yikes. You just need to stop hiding your horns, Daye.
Oh, they're invisible today.
So, last we left off, we were outside of Moragana, the city of the elves, and you were set up in a refugee camp for all of the halflings, gnomes, and uncast, which are a race of like half animal, half humanoid beings, a whole wide variety of them. You guys had set up a refugee camp because the forces of darkness, the undead, had been streaming through the forest, systematically killing everything they saw. Things of note, there were a few creatures hanging around outside of the refugee camp. There was a bunch of animals and stuff, half sentient animals, and the sound of a little bluish creatures with pointy sticks that can walk through trees and pop out the other side sound a lot like the Tasmanian devil. At one point, we had called them Azurelings. It's an old cut from 94 episodes ago, which
For those
Deep
keeping
cut.
track.
that's a lot of
Deep cut.
episodes.
Not an old cut, a deep cut.
crazy.
It's a deep cut.
You absolute boomer.
The deep and old cut.
You know what?
Does that mean
I
are
have-
we at 100 episodes?
No, this is
We're
episode
almost there.
94.
Getting there.
Oh wow.
94.
94. Like, at least according to my notes, it might be wrong, but 94. So I guess without further ado, let's where's the music?
Pump that beat, DJ.
There we are.
Tune.
You guys,
Tune.
You guys are in a clearing. There's a little clearing outside of Moragana, and again, Moragana has these giant ivory walls, nearly 50 feet tall, that completely surround the entire
I cast Thunderwave.
place.
Oh no.
I swear to
You
God.
see gnomes and tents just go flying with
Roll for
dirt and
initiative.
all kinds of.
We're killing all these gnomes.
They were white walls.
Yeah.
Painted red. White wall in.
Oh.
Jeez. The one giant gate that the elf Calaris had been basically just standing at in the front, large spired towers all along the wall with a bunch of what Cullen would refer to as murder holes, just archers with little murder holes all around, trying to keep more of a preventative thing. There's sort of you'll notice there's sort of an overwhelming amount of elves kind of keeping this place secure. It seems like they go overboard, but I guess from the time that you know that, like, from the times and just these waves of undead that are coming, maybe they're on high alert or something. But you kind of get the sense that, like, even when the world isn't burning, there's maybe way too much security in this place. But, you know, it's the elves. What are you going to do? They're just a little
Kill them.
overzealous. You had met Luvine, Calaris' sister. She was a captain of the Elven Glades, that group who had covered your escape so you could get the gnomes, had fired arrows filled with light at the undead. And you had remembered when you had visited Dayes, the beings that you fought, no matter how much you broke and beat them and battered them, they always started slowly, like magnets, just coming back together. And you had noticed that the light that they shot from their arrows seemed to disintegrate these things into a fiery ash that could not regenerate. You had also been kicked out by Calaris as you tried to enter the town. He wouldn't let you contact anybody in there or send any messages. But you had talked to some friends of Cornelia, and you had found out that there are a few ways to sneak in, whether going over the gate or going under in a cart. There's certain flowers that could mask your scent, and some people had said that they had snuck in underneath carts by also masking their scent. Or you could get a writ. A writ that would allow you in. Now, Cornelia's family had a writ, and they still have a claim. Unfortunately, again, Calaris refused to go and check their log because Cornelia doesn't have the actual writ. Her parents did, but they have gone missing. So he refused to check the log to issue a new writ into the city. And also, Cornelia has a friend who is a diplomat for the gnomes to this place, but hasn't seen her yet. But she did walk up at the end of the episode, which is where we kind of ended. You guys were sitting around with Burpo and Jelby, Arena's parents. Arena being Cornelia's friend, a childhood friend, now much older than Cornelia, as 25 years has passed.
All right.
You guys.
Same with that.
You guys were sitting around drinking, and Arena had walked up, and she had noticed Cornelia right away. And that pink hair it's hard to miss a pink-haired gnome of Cornelia's specific tastes. And she kind of just looks at you, Cornelia, and wow, Cornelia, you haven't aged at all. You look fantastic. And she rocks over and just gives you a big hug. And, you know, in true Burpo and Jelby form, they jump up and they don't need any excuse to be extra with the hugs. And so they jump in and join a hug, not trying to miss out on a single hug from their daughter, Arena. And Arena motions you to sit down. Again, she has that child that Burpo is taking care of, and she pulls the child into her arms, and the child seems to sleep like a rock. This thing is just like splayed out. It's just... And Cornelia, you would know that gnome babies don't cry a lot. They just spend as much time as they can sleeping and really just enjoying these deep sleeps. Kelwise, something similar with the halflings. They tend to just really enjoy their leisure time, and there's like an innate sense in the very, very, very young of both your races that just understand that, like, this is like their free pass to just exist, poop wherever they want, pee whatever they want, eat as much as they can. And so she sits you down, Cornelia. Wow, it's been so long. Tell me, what have you been up to? What's new?
I mean, this is just all very overwhelming. I mean, it's been a long time, but it's been longer for you. I mean, it's been a matter of months. It's hard to explain, but so I haven't aged much, right? You can tell. I've clearly
you
been
look
through a
great.
lot, Elasta and I and all. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
But
I mean, besides that,
yeah,
little detail.
maybe it can be fixed, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I was arrested. I mean, maybe almost a year ago. I don't even know. I can't keep track of time anymore. But
You're arrested.
I mean, I was captured, I guess, and thrown into the pit. And right before that, I met all these guys who I've been traveling with. We did get out of the pit, obviously, and we have been a lot of places, but one particular place just had us there for what turned out to be 25 years outside in the world and maybe a week where we were. So that was a shocker. But we have been on sort of a mission, and we had all the time in the world, and now it kind of feels like we're running out of time if we... I mean, I hate to just rush into this, but I mean, we need to get into the city. We would love to chat more and catch up. Maybe we can still do that over dinner. But I guess I just have to ask if we're meeting a friend in this city. I don't know if there's a way that you know of that we can enter. They wouldn't check my family's name. We have been there before. You've been communicating with them. Maybe you know of something.
Well, I mean, I have a writ to get in. I could probably take you in, but it's gnomes only.
I mean, that's
Do you know where your friend is in the city?
That's going to be a tricky one too. I guess up the golden flight of stairs and in the hall of something another.
Yeah, that's not very specific, Cornelia.
Sorry.
Moragana's a big place. It's deceivingly big.
Well, let me just call Kelwise over, I think, and Pup maybe. Do you guys remember where Theodore would have been? Like, the archivist? Where did they say he was?
Yeah.
This is my friend Arena, by the way.
Hi, Arena!
Together.
Hi.
Nice
And
to
you
meet
guys
you.
see like this little bubble just kind of out of her little baby's nose.
Gonna pop it.
And it pops. And then another one just kind of
I'm just gonna do it as long as they're coming up.
yeah. And
Popping
they just
up.
keep popping up.
Fun. Love it.
The
I
archivist.
mean, if you know where
yeah.
you're trying to get the archivist.
Yeah. That's the person that we were looking to go see. At least one of them.
Well, that might be tough. I mean, I can take you in to the Silvatarium, but I'm not allowed in the High Castle, much less the Arum Vale.
Do you know... I mean, that would help a lot. Maybe he leaves. Is there like a mail or a system inside this place where we can leave a message that would enter the High Castle? Or we're surprised he hasn't left us a message, to be honest. I'm wondering if there's a reason for that. Maybe we need to find him on the down low. That seems weird to say. Sorry, Arena, but we're not sure how to reach him, basically. So
We find lots of stuff down and low. That's where all the
you're
good
funny
things
like
are.
a gnome.
Oi! I'm not a gnome! Well, I might be
not mostly.
partially a gnome.
You smell kind of like a
Gnome-ish.
gnome.
Yeah, I'm tiny. I'm a tiefling. My name's Trust. Nice to meet
Oh.
you.
Hi, Trust.
I
You
can be a
smell
gnome.
A gnome
I can be a gnome.
mixed with brimstone.
Yeah, brimstone's my signature scent.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
That's what that is.
Yeah, I'd never really put my finger on.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But I can look like a gnome if I want to. I can disguise myself real nice.
Same.
Oh,
So if only gnomes can go in, I mean, I can be one for a day.
sure.
You use magic for that?
Yes.
I wonder if they can see through the magic.
Oh, that's a
What
good
if
question.
you just wear like a big hat? Wouldn't
That's
that?
true. I just got the horns. Well, I'm
Color
orange.
skin, yeah. So what color skin do you have?
It's orange skin. But maybe you
Yeah.
just say I'm a scientist. I'm a scientist, and
you
I
could
did a
probably
bad
go in with a-
experiment.
Big hat. And you, Kelwise, you'd probably fit too. I'll
Sunburn.
tell you, I'm gonna be honest. They can't really tell the difference between a halfling and a gnome.
Yeah, they're pretty racist.
Yeah, I knew it.
They're not
I'll be
so
okay like this?
great. You're a little tall.
I'm just kidding. And then I turn into like the gnome that taught me how to speak Gnomish.
Okay. Yeah, and you just kind of turn into a gnome, and she's like, "Whoa,
Hi.
yeah, that'll do."
Okay, cool. Great.
So
She kinda looks at
we
you,
just gotta
Rezik.
leave Rezik out. Huh.
Yeah, I'm kind of the human in the room. I guess we need to figure this out.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but like the humans and the elves don't really get along.
No.
What if we just paint Rezik all black,
Oh my
and then
goodness.
right in the middle of his belly we paint a gnome? Maybe we'll fool him.
That's a pretty
Yeah, that
good
could be-
idea.
that could work.
You know, I'd love to see that. Honestly,
Fun at night,
I would
though.
love to see that.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
Yes.
Okay,
Huh.
so my idea is this. My idea is like, what if he puts that stuff on him, that Karen stuff, so he doesn't smell like anything, and then he goes underneath the cart, like this other guy said that they used to go under the carts, and he could just stay underneath the cart and just stay there just in case anything happens, but he's holding on underneath it, and they won't be able to smell it because the Karen root.
Or if he can't do anything, if he can't even get out once he's there, maybe he can do
I
something
mean-
else.
Or maybe it's just for just in case.
I do have Alta Self. I can turn into maybe at most a halfling. I can't get too small, but
I'm really
I can
scared
turn to a
about the
different race.
magic thing. Because sometimes people could just like see right through that.
I honestly am too. But I think maybe they're too busy in there to really care. I'm not sure. But it's a
Yeah.
concern.
Probably,
I'm
especially
not
if it's
sure
you don't
if
smell
they-
like a human.
They do have a lot of magic in there. So I'd be careful. And I just want you guys to know, like, if I do try and sneak him in, I mean, you're kind of asking a lot. I might lose my writ if he gets
Yeah.
caught. So just make sure that he's really, really hidden.
Maybe
Although,
we can get.
It does sound really fun to sneak a human into Moragana.
It's something
You're
I've
the
always
kid now,
not wanted
aren't
to do. But yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, as long as you're not seen, you won't be killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was wondering, is their MO like kill on sight, or is it a gentle corporal punishment, or do they throw you in jail?
Ooh,
Slap on the
maybe
wrist.
we can just clip his ears so they're pointed.
We can probably
Yeah.
glue them. We can glue them.
Yeah, get some makeup.
I mean, again, we had a great
No.
idea before. Just give me a collar and leash, and just kind of just walk me around. And I'm just kind of like your human pet, a servant of some kind. That could be a good one. They'll love that.
Yeah, but it still won't work for my writ.
Oh, what if we put ears on you and you pretend to be a dog and you just bark the whole time?
Okay. Is that work? Yeah. All right.
No,
Not to be like rude, but do we all need to go in? Does he have to do we have to figure out? I mean, we're just trying to find the archivist, and hopefully once we do, he'll tell them to let us all in.
Or come out here.
Or he'll
Well,
Come
I
out
was-
here.
That is a fair point, Trust. And I was thinking about this. I think the best option would maybe be Pup, because they can already move through shadows, right? And if we also put that powder on them to make them not smell like anything, plus maybe invisibility and fly, they would be like a spy machine. They could just go anywhere they wanted to really quickly. So maybe that could be a possible option.
I mean, yeah. And I speak Elvish, so that helps too.
And you can turn
Should
into
I
an elf.
still be a halfling?
What?
Should I still be a halfling?
Oh, a halfling?
It would probably depend on where you are in the city, I would
Should I
assume.
still be
I
a
don't know
gnome?
how it works.
Being a gnome better, or should I be an elf?
Once you get inside, probably an elf.
What if I just turned into the archivist?
That confused me.
No, and I was really mean, and I was like, let me up the stairs.
What happens if
What if I
someone's
just-
like,
You can
I
try.
just saw him. We just got lunch, and he's over there.
And then I would be like,
Imposter!
that wasn't
Murder!
me. I'd be like, that wasn't me. That was someone else. Where
I
did you
mean-
find them? And then I'll go help them attack the not me. Or
Maybe.
I would just run away.
I just don't
That
know whether
could
we have
work.
to be unnecessarily risky.
Yeah.
It just feels like too risky when you could just be a gnome or a regular elf just to find.
Yeah, yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
How about
What if I turned into the queen's daughter?
Ooh, that would be even more risky, honestly. That would probably be even more offensive, probably,
mean,
to be the queen's
probably.
daughter than yeah.
What if I turned
She
into the
has
jerk at the gate?
really, really nice, like, gems and gold
bad.
and stuff.
That's not bad.
Last
yeah,
time
I
I
turned
saw
into the
her.
guy at the gate.
Or it could be his sister, Levine. She was very nice.
She was so nice. Well, she was like nice, but she was kind of like tough, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
think-
Well, she was more of a ranger. You know, she gets out more, so a little
Yeah.
nicer. Well, a lot of ideas here. A lot of ideas. I mean, personally, of course, I always go more for the diplomatic option of trying to get in through the gates the right way. But I think that the time, the time of Armageddon is here. So maybe we need to take some risks, possibly. So
I just feel like we don't need to take the risks until we need to take the risks. So, like, if we go in as just like a normal elf or a regular gnome, and we can't get anyone to let us talk to the archivist, then we can make the riskier moves of turning into someone important that we know.
Got
or
it.
just flying the ship directly into the middle of Moragana and parking?
Yeah, it's flies. So just like,
Yeah.
they might shoot us down like immediately.
They could. But then we'd
no
be
way the
inside.
whole thing down with just arrows.
They have like a lot of magic. You know how I can cast Fireball. Imagine like 100 of those all launched at once.
Okay, well that is like
Right.
Plan E, Ryzik. Don't worry about it yet.
Okay. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. But
I
I
just
like.
have
No,
to
I
imagine.
think Trust has the right idea. So I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
that one.
I agree.
So
Look,
who's not
who's
going in?
being responsible now?
It was a very responsible
Me.
idea. It's very good.
Me! I turn back into pup. Okay, so like, what are we doing?
Yeah, who's going in now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really confused. Is it just me? Is it me and Cornelia?
Well, I think Trust is kind of putting out there that we go with Arena first and try to go in there as like kind of regular folk, regular elves and gnomes and such, and then try to go see where we can get from there. And if it's impossible to get to the Archivist from there, then we make the big risky move of having Pup sneak in there in some kind of crazy way, you know?
And you're staying here, Rezik?
Because risking all of us going in first is the smarter idea.
I mean,
No.
I think either way is it's gonna be pretty wild. So I can't really, I mean, I don't know what the better option is.
Okay, so question, just to like clarify, we're looking for the archivist because that's
Correct.
what he told us to do. Right.
Correct.
Okay, so I forget who got along with him the best. Who has the best relationship with him out of us?
Rezik, which is why it would be really great to be able to bring him. But yeah, they
Yeah.
speak the same language, and we all seem like dum-dums compared to what they talk about.
Right, and Pup can speak Elvish.
I can't too.
Oh! Yeah, but okay, hear me out. Okay, what if we go in and then we go to the bottom of the stairs and then I turn into the jerk at the gate? Okay, I know we're not supposed to turn into people. What if I turn to him and say, I have a note for the archivist?
But what if he's not actually here? Do we know if he's actually here?
I think so.
That's the issue. Yeah, we don't know if he is actually here, but we're kind of
Made it.
assuming he was gonna be here.
He made
Um,
his comment about how he was in the High Castle, but maybe that's just where he would be if he was here. So
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I would think that Pup and Cornelia and Kellwise should go in. Because you'll be like, you have to disguise yourselves the least. And then just try and get him, and then Rezik and I can stay out here, and I don't know what, but if there's something we need done, we can do it. Or maybe talk to other gnomes to find out how we can help.
Sure.
Yeah,
It works.
it's worth a shot.
That way we don't have to disguise him being a human and me being orange.
That's true.
I think they would probably be okay with you being orange. They just really don't like humans. So.
That's fair, but I don't want to leave you alone. I'll keep you company.
Oh, that's okay. Well, that's very nice. That's.
Aw.
We hope you guys have a good
All right.
time.
You're the
Well-
two best friends that
Yeah.
anyone will ever have.
Is that trust? Should we look into that?
Are you okay?
Well, when do you guys want to go in? I can take you in anytime.
No time like the gift.
What?
The
Is
present.
that the expression? No time like the gift?
present. The
This is
present.
the presents. The presents.
Is that not the same thing? The present
Ah.
and a gift? I thought they were the same. So I
They are.
thought that.
Yes.
So no time like the gift,
Yes, you did it.
right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
close enough. Yeah.
No time like the gift.
No time like the gift. We're going in.
Before you all go, by the way, I did want to mention to you. I asked Ogden if he had any magical items for sale, and he had a whole plethora of things. A lot of spell scrolls that could be handy for this mission. Wands, rings, armor. So
I know what.
you want to go over and talk to him before you go in?
I know what you guys can do is try to get him to join us. Then we don't have to spend any money to get that stuff. And Ogden is on our ship, and he's our companion.
Are you saying you're
That
just
would be
going to
fun.
steal it off him?
No, he's gonna join us, so it'll be
Just let
Cornelia
us do
Co's
We're not
property.
stealing
Yeah.
his stuff. We're stealing him.
Him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're gonna steal the
Stuff
whole
comes
guy.
with him.
We're gonna
we
steal his
could
heart.
we could ask him to come with us, but also, I might just see what he has and buy it.
All right, well, don't forget to talk to him. Tell him it's a great place
That's
to
what
be.
I'll do. That's what Rezik and I will do. We'll check out Ogden's wares.
Oh, yes, definitely. I was just saying, maybe you guys should also check it out before you go, because then you can use it for the mission, and it might be helpful for the mission. But it's up to you what you want to do.
Is there
whatever
anything
way.
that would be good for that? Because I feel like we're just going in and talking to people.
I hope
Sure,
you don't need
sure.
to use.
Yeah, is there a scroll of better talking or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there like a wand of smart?
Charismatic.
Yeah.
Just
Charismatic.
once in a while,
Arrow.
magical items can kind of be a get out of jail free card. But if you don't want to peruse the items he has, that's perfectly fine.
I was asking for real.
Wait, well, let's go. Ogden! Where is he? Ogden!
I think we got
And
it.
Ogden's not too far away. He's sitting and he's got, his one eye patch, as he was known as the Cyclops, and he's just kind of like got this big telescopic little cylinder, and he's just like kind of looking at this shiny dagger.
Yoo-hoo!
Shiny
Ogden!
That looks sharp.
Huh? Oh, hi.
We'd like to peruse your wares.
Huh?
Can we look at your stuff?
Yeah. Look at stuff.
I forgot that Ogden's sound is like Cookie Monster.
I missed him. Ogden. I was happy
And
to
you
see him
notice,
again.
Trust, you notice he's very gray hair that he has left.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm not here to judge him on his age.
Yeah, show us the goods.
And he starts showing you some stuff, and he's got this very, very beautiful, curved, elven-looking short sword that's got almost a whirring of power to it. As you swing it, it seems to almost cut the air around it with this bejeweled silver and gold gilded case, scabbard that goes with it.
The short sword?
It
Or what
seems
is
like
this?
it's just a tiny bit longer than a short sword, but it's made of some material that's light, and it's so light that you can swing it with the same kind of handling as a short sword. He's got a whole tub of scrolls. He's got a few arrows, which almost crackle with static at the tips. He's got 5 of those, and a whole host of other interesting stuff.
Do you have any sort of jewelry or something that is good with protecting?
Protection jewelry. He kind of thinks for a second. Starts throwing stuff all around. And he finds this, what looks like a hair clip. And it's got a shield emblazoned on it. And it's got like pearls almost inset into it. And it's this very shiny silver. And the silver itself almost looks like a liquid, though it holds its... it almost looks like a mercury. And it's very heavy. And he kind of holds it up to you.
Yeah, this help.
What does it do? It's very pretty.
Sometime when you get hit, wear this and don't get hit. Huh?
How much is it?
For you? This many.
10 gold.
Yes, 10! I know that number!
And
All right.
I'll take it.
No, I want it. Oh, Cornelia, you get out of here. I found it. I like shove her back. Not again.
And it works. It's the same as like a ring of protection. It's just a shielded, like a silver.
Never mind, Cornelia. You can have
Pendant.
it. I already have a ring of protection.
Yeah.
Oh,
They don't double up, do they?
they do not.
No. Yeah. Yo, you can
But
have
this
it,
one-
Cornelia.
This one feels maybe a little bit stronger.
Okay, give her
the
my
other one.
ring.
Okay, this one is a ring of protection +2, so it adds +2 to all of your
Oh my
to
God.
your AC and your saving throws.
Dang.
What is the one that she gave me?
Because God
to?
knows you need the plus.
This is the
two
+1.
saving throws.
Thank you.
Cornelia, yours is just a +1.
+1 to all saving throws?
Saving throws and +1 to your armor class.
Damn. Trust,
how
that's so
do-
nice.
Oh, customize. So, shoot. How do I? Because I have the ring of protection. Is there a way to like customize this so it changes all my stuff?
Let's see here.
I mean,
I will let you know.
I'm a paper and pencil kind of guy, so everything is customizable.
Hey, Ogden.
Yeah?
Okay.
I want to ask about this short sword and also if you have any, like, I guess, holy magic of some sort or radiant magic or, you know, those like creatures, those undead creatures, something that will do magic or harm against them because we saw these arrows getting shot at them and they were hitting them and wounding them pretty bad, but otherwise
Oh,
they
that's
seem...
elven light tricks.
Do you know anything about that or how we can get that?
You can
Elven light
learn.
trick.
If they teach you, they're not good at teaching. But maybe if you ask very, very nicely, you say, please teach me, please. They say, okay.
Did they do it for money or is it more about if they want to teach you, they'll do it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
So what
I
about
don't
this?
know. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. What about this short sword that you have here or this light, whatever this weapon is?
This
Yeah, like
sword's
jewel.
very old, made by old elven magic. Long ago.
Is the old magic different than the new magic?
Old is always better. Always.
Ah.
Do you know what this does? What kind of magic?
Kill stuff. faster.
Oh.
Melee
It's,
magic, nice.
Effectively a short sword +3.
Oh.
So it would add +3 to hit and damage
Ooh.
rolls.
That's dope.
Does anyone else want this? Because otherwise,
Not my style.
How much you got on that sword? What's that going for?
This one is 500.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been nice to talk to you. Wait, actually, while I'm here, but what about those arrows? What's the deal with those, and how much do you have on those?
These arrows zap things with electricity. They go bzzz,
We can go
kaboom.
zap.
That's cool. That's pretty awesome. What do those cost each?
25 gold pieces each.
Oh boy.
I have
Wow, you're-
5.
Kelwise.
They effectively do an additional 1d8 electricity damage on top of the 1d8.
That's better than my
physics.
That's better than my lightning damage. What the?
But
That's
once you
sick.
fire them, they're done.
they're gone.
Oh, I thought
When you
were
buy from Ogden, you're buying quality, Killwise. Remember that.
Yeah, which I understand, but he's pricing like, he needs a retirement plan, and it's
He probably does look at the man. He's getting
I'm
older.
hoping for grandchildren soon, so I make lots of money to give to them.
I'm hoping we live for like another week. Honestly, I mean, at this point in time, I was expecting the fire sale. I figured it was get rid of him.
You're so funny. This is already half off. I'll give you all the really cheap prices.
Do you really want that sword?
No, maybe.
We can help you if you want it.
I don't remember how much gold I have because it's on my sheet that went away.
I can get it.
I'm gonna think about the sword, but I think I need a couple of these arrows for now. Give me 2 of these arrows, Ogden, if you don't mind, and maybe
Okay.
what's your grab bag scrolls? What are those going for?
Yeah, can I look at those too?
Yeah, so you look at the scrolls and they're kind of like divided up. And Rezik, you would recognize that like ones to the left have light magical powers, whereas the ones to the right have very, very strong magical properties.
Ooh, top shelf.
Show me those strong ones.
Yeah, you had like a really fancy one last time. I think it was some kind of invisibility one.
Yes, he does have a scroll of greater invisibility,
Oh dang!
It could be
which
helpful.
is a very powerful spell, but it's also kind of expensive.
Of course.
And you see it's marked as like 300 gold in that range.
I look at Cornelia and I'm just like, losers have to pay to go invisible. Wait, I thought you could go invisible. Why are you looking sad?
Oh,
Yeah, both of us
we're
can be
making fun
invisible.
of them.
Yeah, we're making fun of them.
Cornelia
Rezik
like
would let
forgets
you
for a
know that
second.
Greater invisibility, even if you go invisible, you can still attack and do anything you want, and it won't.
Oh, that's
it
sick.
won't break the
Oh.
invisibility.
Oh wow!
That's
all right.
cool.
How many people does
Rezik,
it
you
invisible
see-
at once?
Just one. But you also see that there's a scroll. One's called Ice Storm. And you notice it's a big AoE. It creates just a big giant ice storm. And you also see a really interesting one, Rezik, that screams at you. And it's written in a way that feels very natural to you. And you see a scroll of a spell that you've researched and you kind of saw the outline of it in your head, but this is like a master who's kind of completed your work, and you see a scroll of something called Phantasmal Killer.
Ooh, Phantasmal Killer. That's a good one. Oof. What are the prices on those two, the Ice Storm and the
They're
Phantasmal Killer?
all 300 gold pieces.
Oh boy. I want them all.
And then
Oh,
he kind of
no.
goes and he has one really, really expensive, and he has it marked as 1,000 gold pieces.
What's it do?
They're called
And
Ellazar Killer.
He shows it to you, and Rezik, it's hard to recognize what it is, but it's a spell. And Rezik, you look at it, and it's got some kind of deep necromancy to it, something dark. But essentially, from what you can read, it can rip a soul out from the air and replace it into a body once it's been lost.
Oh, great.
Oh, so it's a trust
If-
spell. It's just a spell that is a me.
If the body
trust
has
for this.
been dead for no longer than a minute.
Minutes, you can take the soul and put it back into the body.
Yes.
Oh, well.
Or can it be a different soul into a different body? Because, your sister are going to be needing a buddy.
That's what I was thinking.
Now,
Well,
possibly
Freshly dead body.
this scroll can possibly take a soul, not necessarily a soul that was meant for the body. Now, there's all kinds of, there's all kinds of different like compatibility issues. A soul can reject a body if it doesn't mesh well, but this may be kind of the key, and you've never kind of seen anything like this, and you've heard of dark magics from the necromancy schools, but those were always outlawed in your schools. The people who studied them were banished and given harsh punishments in Capital City.
Well, I was gonna work with Trust on some kind of solution for Eva, but this sounds very important. It is 1,000 gold, though. I don't have 1,000 gold. No,
I'll be
1,000 gold.
I'll be happy to kick
almost
in some for that. Yeah.
Yes, but also the greater invisibility would be amazing for what we're doing right now, and Ice Storm, and goodness.
Yeah, but isn't
We could go-
rematerializing your sister the more important one than being able to be invisible temporarily or rain down ice?
But it's kind of like, why would I buy that if I already have the person who can do that kind of stuff next to me? That's probably would do it, honestly better. I'm sure Trust is getting more and more powerful every day. So, I mean, I don't know.
You can have.
I guess
Maybe we'll
I have
come
a
up with
500
some
gold.
gold by the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably still going to be here later, right?
that's
Maybe
true.
you can put a down payment on.
Oh yeah. Can we pay you in installments? Like put something on hold and.
Okay.
That's an
How
option.
about this, Ogden? Yes.
How much is it for the scroll for the invisible?
500.
300.
300. Yeah.
You can pay 5 if you want, though.
No. Nice try though. I see you.
And the other one
Game
is
recognizes
how
game.
much?
Just kidding.
The other one's how much?
1,000.
It's 1,000. How about this, Ogden? I have 500 gold right here, right now. Plus,
I'll take it.
and I pull out
Wait,
the gold. Great, awesome.
Okay.
500 gold for the
This is,
soul
like,
spell thing.
illegal in places anyway, so hard to move.
I take my little bag out and I put it down and it makes a very hefty goo-goo.
Wait,
Can we just have both scrolls? This might be enough. It's enough.
But how much is it total?
822.
Okay, so he goes through and he pulls out 600 and then hands you the rest back.
Oh.
Okay, here you go.
That's for both?
What's the 2? You're taking
The invisible and the soul?
greater invisibility. Well, no, the soul one. He already bought the soul one.
He put 500 down for it.
he
Yes.
accepted
and
it for
Ogden
500.
just took it. Sounds like he is kind of doing a fire sale.
I knew it
now,
was a
you
fire
can-
sale.
You can either take the scroll, the one that's Phantasmal Killer, or you can take the one that's the big ice storm.
Or
Do you guys want to do both of those or do we just want to do the invisible?
I'll pitch in for Phantasmal Killer.
Well,
I'll
she
just
already,
get both.
they
yeah.
already bought an extra one.
Yeah.
Well,
What? Do Phantasmal Killer. That sounds like important.
yeah. Okay, so Phantasmal Killer and Invisible. I don't know what to do with these. I can't read.
Okay, let me take care of those.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I?
You
can I look-
guys are the best friends in the world. I love you so much. This is going to be awesome. And I store those away.
Can I look at the lesser spells?
The scrolls, not the money.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm taking care of counting the money.
There's a you notice there's a bunch of small very cheap spells such as fairy fire, something that will outline invisible creatures, the spell grease. You see there's a fog cloud which just makes a big area of fog, one that lets you see in the dark. You see a spell that very familiar.
Like better than
heat
dark
metal.
vision?
No.
See in the dark?
It's
No.
dark vision. It is
Okay.
just dark vision.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also find a really interesting one that called Find Steed. And you summon
Find
an animal.
Steve?
Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, find Steve. Find
That's
Steve.
literally also what I heard.
And
You cast it and a steed appears. Hey!
Is Thunderwave still on your dog, Thunderwave? Is he still
Yeah.
kicking on the ship? Okay.
Yeah. Nothing happened to him.
But you do find a spell called Find Steed, which you can kind of make a pact with like some kind of being from another realm, and they'll come and just kind of be your companion.
Like forever?
Until
Or,
they're
like-
dismissed.
And then they won't come back?
Unless you find another scroll that can cast this spell.
Got
Are
it.
these
Okay.
all
Or be-
burn? They'll all burn after one use.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, scrolls
Okay.
all burn after one use.
So
Unless you're
Okay.
a wizard and you can learn the spells forever.
Well,
I
Find Steed is a type of magic that you're not really familiar with, Rezik. It does beat into like the celestial kind of earth and unnatural chaos magics that
Oh,
kind of
gotcha.
don't
Okay.
follow your laws. Yeah, you do find a couple others. There's a one that shoots an arrow of acid. And then you find a scroll that allows you to walk on walls.
Oh. Okay. Can I get the acid arrow one
Mhm.
and the steed one and the walking on walls one and the fairy fire one
Okay. 50 gold each.
each?
That was
But
25.
No, that's arrows.
Oh.
50 gold each. So that's 200 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'm gonna walk over to Cornelia and I'm gonna be like, I'm really sorry that you lost your dog. And I give her the Find Steed one. Okay. Hopefully this
And
arrow
I just-
fires really far because I can't
I
do
just
anything
cry.
from far. I just cry.
And Cornelia, the scroll feels warm in your hands, almost as if the paper itself is breathing, just like a. And it feels familiar. There's something to it that's very familiar about it.
Thank you, Trust.
You're welcome.
And there's a whole host of other like armors and such that look expensive, that are marked in like the thousands. Some of it looks magical and such. If you're interested in that, yeah, and that's about
I actually
all he
have
has.
one more deal if you're okay with this, Ogden. I have this, and I pull out my that wand that makes like a really loud bang, really loud boom sound.
Mhm.
The one that deafened Slug in the past.
Yeah.
I have this amazing wand that is capable of making a very large sound that can possibly deafen many people at one time. How about I trade this for the Ice Storm scroll you have? Would that be a fair deal?
And he takes it and he pulls out his big, long thing, and it goes dunk, 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 and it just gets super long. And he's like looking at it.
Almost fully charged, huh?
Yes.
No, Mish. Weird.
No.
Flat boom. Okay.
All right. Great. Very great. Oh boy. This
I was like, I haven't seen you this happy in a long time.
Oh yes. Well, I feel like I have my I have 2 legs again. Oh, this is a very good day indeed. All right, I'll just store that here. There we go. Okay.
Jaymes, are the scrolls, are they all like level 1?
No. Fairy Fire's
Yeah, we
level
just bought a
1.
bunch of 4th level ones right now.
Acid Arrow's level 2. Find Familiar's level 2. And what was the last one you got?
The walking
Spider
on
Climb.
walls?
Spider Climb is level 2.
Sorry, I missed, what was the first one? The arrow?
Acid Arrow is level 2.
So 3 level 2s, and then Cornelius is level 4.
No, Cornelius is level 2 as well.
You said one of them was level.
One of
wait.
them, the Fairy Fire, is level 1.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's spelled
Okay.
Faerie. Fairy Fire.
Fairy.
So like how fairy is actually spelled.
No. Ferry is how fairy is spelled.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my bad. Honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Fairy. And Kelwise, he bundles up those arrows for you, and you notice there's an extra arrow in the
Nice.
pack.
Oh.
He gave you a 3 for 2 deal.
So happy he doesn't know how to count.
Yeah.
Really
and some
should have
people
taken
might
advantage of that
Some
more.
people might have taken that as like a kind gesture, but Kelwise is like, a sucker doesn't know how to count.
Nah, dude, he knew how to count for mine. What the heck?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, that's what you find. That's
Great,
what you find. Ogden's just got less stuff.
Great. Before we go, by the way, Ogden, earlier you said that Eva was looking a little bit, I guess, weaker when it comes to her physical body right now. She has that amulet. And you were saying I need to either feed it magic or find her a new body. Now, what did you mean, by the way, when you said feed it magic? So, like, put spells, like cast spells into it, or feed it, like, items? Or
No, you have to find out how it was made. I don't know. This is really old magic. There's old magic, which is good. And then there's really old magic, which is good.
Okay.
I don't know how to make these, but like, if you found someone who did, maybe they could like re-energize it.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, we're in a city full of magic people, so hopefully we can find someone. All right. Well, great. Okay.
Or if you could just find her like a body and move her
Yes.
into it.
Yes.
But
Well,
that's
that's
like- No
Yeah.
magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be harder to find a body. We can just kind of
Not
take.
just anybody.
So- Nice one. Okay. Well, thank you, Ogden. It's again, it is a pleasure seeing you. I'm so happy we were able to cross paths once again,
Yeah,
and I
I'm
hope
glad
that
you're not dead.
yeah, me too. And I hope you're able to have some grandkids soon. That would be fantastic.
I want 5.
5.
That's
All
this
right.
many.
That's correct. Wow, 5. It's a whole lot of grandkids. Okay, well,
Are you seeing
we're
anybody?
gonna head off.
He's not actually,
Oh,
and he.
Argona's, looking for A husband?
Well, I'm sure you're looking
And then
for
she's
a
down-
nice
she's,
orcish
like,
boy,
laying
probably, right?
in the tent nearby, and she's like, "Dad, stop."
Okay. Okay. No, but
That was
seriously,
worth a shot.
she's single.
And it kind of goes back to looking at
Well, I don't know if she's this single here, seeing me right now in front of you. She's a lot of woman, a very strong woman, and I am this. So just take that
What
as
are
you
you
will.
trying to say?
That I am very weak and I'm a human, and I'm sure that I would not be able to meet her very high standards. I'm sure she's very. Look at her. She's strong, attractive. I
You
just I
saying
don't
she's
think I
high
can meet that.
maintenance? Yeah.
But it was good
said-
seeing you. I'm off to dinner.
You kind of just walk off. He just has that staring, watching you walk away. And you guys come out with lots of new shiny toys and such.
Yay!
What's the plan?
Yes.
What are you guys doing with those shiny
Yes.
toys?
Nothing sharp.
Okay, so just putting it out there, by the way, great invisibility would be freaking amazing in the situation we're in right now. So definitely use that. I could learn it, but I don't have. I can't do 4th level spells yet.
I don't think we should use it for this. That sounds
don't
more like
need
something
it.
you use in battle, like not
Yeah.
for sneaking in. We could just. Plus, if they can see through magic, it's wasted.
Wait, are you all saying I could just learn this eventually?
Please,
take it.
please do.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I love you guys so much.
Can you cast it on other people too, or just yourself?
Oh, I can cast it on anyone that I want.
Well then, yeah. Why wouldn't you just learn it, stupid?
Oh, I love you all.
Yeah, stupid. Just learn it.
Yeah, don't
need to
be
learn-
stupid. Read.
You're not
People
stupid.
who can't read are stupid.
No,
you
that's
should
not
learn.
true.
I mean,
Wait. I can't read.
You're not stupid. You just can't read.
By the way, should we take care of that? Should we teach you how to read at some point, or do you want to learn? Or
I don't know. Is it a good thing to do?
it's
Yeah,
great. I mean, being able to read is awesome.
Can't hurt.
Yeah, you could like read books, novels,
What's a novel?
great histories of the world. A novel, well, it's like,
Lots
when
of
we tell like,
reading.
I thought that was one things that were really special. Novel item.
that's true.
Yes.
We might, you know what? A dictionary, because you love words, and different words kind of mean different things. So a dictionary is very nice to be
Dictionary.
able to read.
2 meanings. Yeah, as you've pointed out today.
Words have 2 meanings?
Yeah. Sometimes
As you
like
guys
like
are-
gift, like presents, and yeah.
As you guys are hanging out, just the sun is starting to set and the twilight hours start arising. Just setting.
do we smell beet stew or whatever? Should we go into the
You do.
castle
You do.
or have dinner first?
A lot of various little cook pots have started up. And you see like the different families, the gnome families all kind of cooking together. It's like it does seem like and Cornelia would know that the kids all kind of help with cooking. It's a tradition for all kind of the chores, really. The kids all help with everything, just kind of learning all the tricks of the trade.
The worst.
Like they all
It's really
gotta
nice of
help.
them. They get to
And-
nap as much as they want, and they have to help with the dishes. Wow.
Well, that's like the infants. Like the infants are just napping constantly, and the gnomes, kind of all the gnomes, kind of nap often. But the kids seem to be helping with all the cooking and such. And the families that are just kind of waiting around, they've kind of all of them have their family blankets with their insignias and quilts all out, and they're all kind of just sitting under their own blankets together as families.
No.
What do you guys want to do?
We going in?
Go now?
Waiting.
Well, I mean, I'd eat first. I don't have to. I can wait.
Are we wasting time?
I mean, the elves have good food. Maybe we could. No.
I would love to be with the gnomes, but I don't want to
Or-
be selfish and
Oh.
wait.
Oh! Ow! I have
What
an
happened?
idea. Sorry, I had an idea.
You got an idea freeze. A little bit of a.
Yeah. So everyone's eating right now out here. Do you guys think everyone's also eating inside right now? So if we go in now, there's less people out, so it's easier for us because there's less people around? Because they're busy eating.
That makes a lot of sense.
I know. Ow.
Wow.
Well, maybe we should ask Arena before. I don't know when Arena's allowed or was planning on going back or is allowed to go back. So maybe check in with her.
I mean, she had said she could take you guys whenever you needed to go.
Oh, great.
As
Then yeah,
as
Pop,
long
I
as
think
you
that's
guys
a
are careful. So she
Let's
doesn't be so
interrupt her
red.
dinner and get her. No. It just feels rude. I don't know. I don't know if I would want my dinner interrupted personally. It's just a me thing. But you know, Pup, you do speak sense. Maybe they're
Why don't
eating
you go
inside too.
after dinner when everyone's really full and kind of a little sleepy, and then you guys can have a light meal, so you're not
Having
as
a
sleepy
And
as
that
everybody
just
else.
be at nighttime when everyone's sleeping.
All that.
Well, there's
I don't
that.
think they're allowed in then.
And you guys, as you guys are talking, you notice Calaris at the gate starts yelling things to the towers up top, and he kind of waves the guards near him, that big group, and they all start to pull on something, and they start to, you hear this crank, clink, 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 and the doors to Moragana start to slowly close as the moon rises.
Looks like it's gonna be an adventure for the morning.
Unless I just in there right now. And
I
just
mean,
figure out
again,
something out.
I'm telling you guys, if Pup had fly, invisibility, while they can also go through shadows at nighttime, they would, and they can transform into an elf and speak elf. Like, come on, they're the perfect spy for the situation.
Yeah.
But I am down for whatever.
I can make you invisible,
I can make you fly. Just saying.
but they might have like a magical ward. I would think they're pretty smart. You might just like
You
a
want me to
bug.
find out?
Not really.
I look up at the how tall the gate is. How tall is it?
The gate's about 25 feet tall.
Do we need to? The look in your eye says we need to be prepared to catch you in case you fall because you're, I don't know, incapacitated in some reason.
Well, but you said
Yes.
that there are gnomes that just sneak over the walls, right? So there must not be magical.
Gnomes that there's no gnomes that sneak over the walls. There was the idea that Pup could sneak over the wall.
Oh.
And one elf had said that when he got too drunk and didn't want the guards to see him, he had rubbed this Karen flower all over himself to mask his scent, and then held on to the undercarriage of a cart, and he's snuck through that way multiple times.
I feel like there might be. You might get zapped if you
I
try
think
to
that
go
we're
up.
thinking too much about it.
Yeah, I think you should just walk in tomorrow and
Actually,
ask around.
Time in the world is ending.
I'll cast
Yeah.
detect magic. Do I see a large barrier around the city?
You cast detect magic, and you start to look, and you see that there is absolutely no magic around the gate in a big bubble. In fact, there's like your spell seems to fail as it gets close to the gate in a small bubble, as if it's being destroyed or sucked in of some sort.
Oh, so it like
Does the gate
eats magic.
or the wall or the gate as well? Is there a?
It seems to
can
just
we?
be a ball around the gate itself, like a sphere.
Okay.
Like a
So now
magic
we know that.
sucker.
Mm-hmm.
No, good thing we didn't try to turn you into anyone.
Yep. Okay,
So
well, that's good to
you
know.
have to brute force it, is what you're saying.
Or just go
I
over
mean,
the
like-
wall.
Well, to go over the wall, yeah,
Oh.
outside the bubble. If we want to send Pup in alone, or we can go in together tomorrow in the morning.
But
And
it
the gates
sounds
open.
like Pup won't be able to disguise themselves. It sounds like
I
the.
don't think that's just something that I can do.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, that's
not-
right. That's right.
Yeah, it's like an innate ability. Yeah,
Never
you know,
mind,
let's
it's
just go with Trust's original plan. Let's just have you guys go in tomorrow morning then, and just see what you can do, and then go from there.
Okay.
Okay. You guys settle
Which
down.
we just-
Cornelia, the smell of that beet stew hits you, and a wave of nostalgia kind of washes over you.
You guys
as,
are gonna love this.
Burpo and Jelby kind of call you all over, and they start ladling out this. It's kind of a thicker, a purplish stew with a lot of vegetables and spices in it. It's sweet because of the beets, and it's very hearty. It's not necessarily like something that tastes amazing or anything, but you can tell it's like one of those staples, and just Pup gets it all over their hair and their fur on their face. But it's just a very hearty meal that fills you up, and it's warm, and it makes you feel at ease. And then they all kind of just, after dinner, they all, like, you can noticeably see, like, all of their bellies are just a little bit bigger, and they all just kind of fall asleep on their bedrolls and start snoring.
During the meal, by the way, I'd love to ask Irina, like, what has her experience been like working with the elves? Like, has it been easy for her, or has it been a struggle to be able to do that sort of work?
Well, the elves are great. They're very nice to me. I've been working with them for almost a decade now.
Oh,
As long as you follow
Fantastic.
their rules, I mean, they've never been mean to me. In fact, a lot of them go out of their way to help me out.
wow, that's lovely. What do you do in there, by the way? Just do kind of a lot of, I don't know, paperwork, or what are you doing in there?
I set up a lot of deals with the traders of Tiny Boots. We deal with a lot of mostly gemstones and such, but also there's a few crops that they don't have in Moragana, so I set up deals with some of our farmers and our traders, and mostly just try and harbor goodwill between the gnomes and the elves.
Okay. And if a gnome ever tried to sneak into the city, what would they just, like, prison, or straight up like chopping block?
A gnome? Gosh, I don't know. I've never seen any gnome try and sneak in.
Okay.
Probably not good. Although, if they tried to sneak in and I don't know about them, maybe they're in a dungeon somewhere. I wouldn't chance it. The elves are pretty scary.
Yeah, they certainly are.
Are there certain parts of the city that we should maybe stick to where there are more gnomes, less guards, etc.?
Yeah, Leaf Way is kind of the main street that has all the inns and such for travelers. Most of the rest of the Silvatarium district is housing and such. It's most of where all the lower-born elves live. But all the shops and stuff, all on the main street. So if you're looking to shop or trade or find an inn, that's where I would stick to.
Okay.
To the cemeterian?
Silvatarium.
Silvatarian.
And there's not a deadline of when we have to leave the city once we enter?
Not as long
We
as
don't
you're
have
on a rent.
But are you able to leave after dark? Or is it
No.
closed for people
The
who come
gates are
in or
closed
out?
at night.
And what's the inn situation inside in the event we did get stuck in there for the evening?
The inns are very nice, actually.
Oh.
There's a couple
they
inns
really?
run by a dwarf,
I like that.
Fogger. He's a good friend of mine now. If you mention my name, he might help you out.
Augur?
Fogger.
Do you know where does he work?
He works at the Blade and Mug.
Blade and mud.
I hardly even know her. Auger. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
So sorry.
Hey, Arena, I hate to bring up a sad thing, but do you have any idea what maybe happened to my parents or where they could be or how I could check in on them?
Your parents? You don't know where they are? Oh, I saw them in Capital City not 5 or 6 years ago? They were in Saxondale.
How did they look?
I mean, pretty sad. They told me you were gone.
What happened to them? Do you know what happened after they were arrested or?
Arrested? I don't know. They did seem
You
like they were
saw
trying to
them?
lay low, though. They were working amongst the dwarves.
That's good. Thank you.
Wait, have you not seen them?
Well, like I said, it's
Wow.
been months, but I haven't seen them since all of this happened, and now it's been 25 years for them. And they think I'm gone.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen them in 25 years, gosh. Well, they're sure gonna be happy to see you, huh?
Woohoo!
What? This is incredible. This is incredible news. I'm
This is
so
a good
happy
day,
right now.
guys.
Yes. And surprisingly, it's a good day, even though Armageddon is currently happening.
Oh,
You know, if I remember correctly, too, your friend Myrtle was with them.
What? 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah. Myrtle had a lot of questions. Kept asking me if I had seen you, had known where you were. Was very insistent. But, you know, I didn't know where you were, so I couldn't give him any information. She was a little weird, though. Different than I remember from our childhood.
How so?
No, I don't know. She laughed a lot more, if I remember. She seemed real serious. Kind of weird. Nice, though.
Yeah, I wish I remember. It's a long
You know
story,
Myrtle.
but yeah.
You guys were always together getting in trouble. And then, you know, she would always take the rap for me. Because, you know, my parents were very strict.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wow, so that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Damn, that's so far in Capital City.
Yeah, it'd be
Well,
kind of
that's
hard to get
good.
there right now.
I mean, at least I know to keep looking, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they're still there.
Can we hear this at all? I don't remember if you went like off.
Yeah, you guys are kind of around the campfire.
Oh, Cornelia, we could ask Rasma to look for them.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to tell them that I'm okay and make sure they're okay. That would be amazing.
I look at the
Sure.
moon. Like, when does it look like? When will it be time?
It's about a half moon right now.
Okay.
You've got maybe a week or two.
All right. When the moon's ready, we'll let him know.
Yay!
And James, it's been a while. Last time we spoke to Rasma, it's been a while. We spoke to Rasma last time. Because like Capital City right now is basically like it's hell on earth right now, right? And like he had to leave. Where was he again? Is he in Adgarat or where is he again? I forget. Rasma.
Rasma was he was working with the with his order to try and pull rebels together, very similar to what Dresden had run off to do. He didn't really mention where he was, He's
Oh.
moving around though.
Okay.
I thought he
Okay.
did say
Cool.
capital city, but
Did he say? I mean, he
um,
last you knew he was in Capital City, shaking and moving and trying to get things in order. So he
Yeah.
might still be there.
Before the time jump.
But he
No,
is.
I
moving
called
around.
him.
He called him after the time
After.
jump.
Oh, and he was in Capital City.
Yeah,
I believe so.
thought so.
Okay. Cool. I just assumed like after everything went down, like Capital City was like people just all fled because it's like
As far
literally
as
like
the,
zombie land right now.
As
You know.
far as the people know, there's still a bunch of people in Capital City. It's just that the
The occupiers
Ashen
are.
Riders have completely taken over the city.
Yeah. Okay.
The Ashen Riders have completely taken over everything over there. So the commission is
Gotcha.
basically just a bunch of rebels now that Dresden was going off to combine, find, pick up.
Capital City is just the Astronauts are control Capital City, and all the undead from Daye are all over the place near Potsenshire and near here, and yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, good to know.
Yes. You guys contemplate this. It's a beautiful starry night. There's some soft winds coming off that lake to the west. Anything else you guys want to do before you go to bed? guys, Fall asleep
Fancy
pretty-
jig around the fire.
Well, yeah, we're good. We're good. Sorry.
Okay, you guys fall asleep easily. You feel very safe here. Despite being outside of the city in the refugee camp, you fall asleep amongst friends, old friends. And as night turns to day, you guys wake up, and you wake up to the sound of a cranking very, very early in the morning as you see the gates just kind of start to open up. And that is where we're going to take our first break of this episode. We're going to go on a quick break for quick little pee break, and we'll be back in like 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. We're back. Sorry it took so long. I found a spot on my leg that I missed shaving, and I had to get it. Do you guys ever miss like just one little tuft of hair? That's
It's just
for
like
Kate loves when I overshare.
Yeah, you're the king of oversharing. It's great.
That's what we're here to do. Share.
It's okay. It gave me time to like shave my nose hairs. It was getting a little bit long, so I had to go in the bathroom for a little bit and just shave just a little. Just
Yeah.
you know.
That's
You guys know.
I
Yeah,
farted
it's always
the
good.
entire break, non-stop.
true.
Just one
Just
constant-
one long.
I'm just glad that you lived.
and it just kept going higher and
You
higher in
lived so
pitch.
far.
Dogs started
guys-
barking.
I got
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
age where I have an ear hair that grows. It's just one hair
yeah.
and it grows super long.
Yeah.
And I have to just like rip it out, and it's
Aw.
super painful.
I have one beard hair.
Ooh,
A single one. It's like a
you're
really
on
like
your
thick hair.
way,
Single one.
On your way.
On your way to dwarf status.
Yeah. All right.
All-
You guys have a
Most
bunch of new
dwarven person ever.
new shiny stuff. The doors open. You guys feel very well rested. You look around, and the gnomes around you, including Cornelia, are just still conked out. It doesn't sound like loud noises seems to bother them. And you can't tell if Cornelia is just playing asleep or is still asleep. Hard to tell, you know? And you know that the dagger is just not far from her hand.
Thought you were asleep.
You guys see again
Not anymore.
that gate guard, that elf, Calaris, talking with the guards, kind of setting up the morning watch. I mean, this guy's here like.
He's
all
always there. Does he
day.
not get a
It seems-
break?
Maybe
I mean,
there's
no one else?
maybe there's 3 of them and there's 2 boys.
Maybe there is 3 of them.
Claris 1 and
Didn't
Claris
think about
2.
that.
So what are we doing?
Well, hopefully we're just wandering right in and not going to get
Okay,
questioned about
so
it too much.
I'm gonna be gnome.
Yes.
Okay. Should I change my outfit?
I don't know. Cornelia, rate our gnome appearance.
I turn it into
Honestly.
a gnome.
How is it? Is it okay?
And your clothes are a little baggy once you kind of drop in size. Not that you couldn't like roll up the sleeves a little bit.
Or
Maybe-
overalls. Just like tighten it a little.
Maybe
Yeah.
the nimble feet have some clothing that you guys can borrow. Maybe just even a different jacket for you, Cowwise.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes.
Yeah, Cornelia.
Or do they look pretty
Um,
good? I was just making shit up.
No,
to
no,
be
no, no.
honest.
You see, there's a couple
make it
suit
difficult.
cases of clothes.
Oh, the good old gnome lost and found, huh?
So,
Yeah,
so
try
Cornelia,
this
maybe you look through stuff and you might be able to pick some
Can you
stuff
dress
out for
me?
them.
Yeah, put your hands up higher.
You find
We
out
both
there's
get
like a
hoodies that say like gnome
there's a
sayings.
green
1
cloak.
foot in here.
There's like a green cloak that's all kind of one piece that attaches with a belt in the middle. You see that there's this long, almost tunic, almost like tank top. It's like teal, and then there's like a little teal skirt that goes with it, with like little teal armbands that come, and they're just cloth that just wrap around decoratively. You see one kind of nice blue jacket with little frills on it, and a blue, like a white shirt with like a little bit of a, what is that called? Like an ascot almost, that's just
Jibs.
kind of puffing. Yeah. Up to there, and it's got like a green belt that swirls around with some what look like brownish trousers.
This is for the.
What else? This is all kind of within the
Gatherers.
in their clothes, all of your family friends' clothes.
Fruit gatherers. They wear this outfit.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So, what sort of fruits would we be gathering?
Dingleberries.
Dingleberries. Are those not familiar?
And then you see like some like cloaks and other outerwear. Some really kind of thick shirts that are made more for like heavy labor, like working in the fields and such.
Pup, you like any of those? Just putting on
You
anything
can just
that.
well,
looks
whatever.
just
I don't
good.
know. I don't know what looks good.
So I'm gonna.
You see
so
some
I'm gonna.
pink shirts too. Some of them like dyed with beet dye. Pink shirts and like a little
Just
pink
whichever one's.
skirt
fit.
that's almost sideways. It like
I'm like-
long on the side, high
I'm,
on the right.
I'm like a younger, gnomish girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe a. Yeah, maybe a girly outfit.
Okay. I don't know.
There's like a
Try this
yellow
one.
dress with like
What am I trying on?
green embroidery and like
You're dressing
sun
me!
rays on it.
This one.
I
The
don't know.
embroidery one. That sounds good.
Okay, there's like a yellow dress with like
I
a
like
green
that one.
hem and then like some green like embroidery of like farm animals and a sunburst on it.
Yeah.
It seems to fit Pup. And Pup looks
That one.
strange in like a more formalized dress. But
Like
And as a
swirling it
gnome?
and like lifting it way too high, unaware.
yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
I mean, whoa. What's gonna be your name, Pup? What do we call you?
Oh. What did you call me? Poppy.
Poppy. Poppy.
That's close enough. I'll probably still listen to that one. Anything else? No.
Puppy. Poppy. Okay, got it.
Poppy.
Poppy. Okay.
Yeah, I like the flower, like this.
And then we could still call you Kelwise.
Why does Pup just get a different name? Can we all have different names?
Like,
If you want a different name, put your dress down.
Do you think they're gonna ask us for papers?
Open this. You can just.
and I start squatting.
God.
That's right here. Okay.
You could just. I mean, I don't have to right now, but you could.
That's true.
I've never
You don't
worn
have to.
anything like this before.
I start kicking.
Really, you could really do stuff.
And meanwhile, I'm not allowed to say pee break.
I'm sorry. Are you in character?
Yes, I am.
Dang, I said that so sassy. Are
There
you?
goes the
Why did I do that?
I mean,
I know.
James is kind of a
I felt it. I was
character,
like,
so I guess
whoa.
so.
I can't even do
Whoa!
it in my neck.
I'm like one of those birds that are dancing. Anyway.
Okay, great. I'm imagining like there's like a kind of a fashion montage happening here with different things being tried on, and now you're being called Poppy, and you're lifting your skirt, and I'm just like, all right, this is all going very well. Good job, Cornelius. It's going great. Okay, what about Kellawise? What's he going to wear?
Yeah. I grabbed a blue jacket with an ascot and some brown pants. I looked very fashionable.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he does actually look like it's almost like a military jacket. It's got like a little bit of like those squared shoulders and such. He looks nice.
Cornelia told me this is what you wear when you pick dingleberries.
All right. I wouldn't know, but sure. Yeah.
I wouldn't either.
10
I've
out of
never
10.
heard of them. But yeah, I feel pretty good.
You look good.
That's good.
Yay.
Oh, thanks. Papers. Arena. Where's Arena?
She's sleeping still.
Do you think
Did
we
we
need
wake her up?
papers to get in here? Because, like, I mean, I've got papers that say I'm one person, but
You said
I
that anyone
doubt-
could come in, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys had talked, and she said that as long as she has the writ and she vouches for you that you could come in,
okay.
as long as you were a gnome.
So should
And she
we
said
get?
that they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a gnome and a halfling because they're racist. Speciesist? I don't know how it works.
That's racist.
Yeah.
Race. Yeah. Class and race. Anyway.
So are
Don't
we?
think too
Should we
hard
wake
on
her up?
Yeah.
Are we gonna? I'm freaking out a little bit.
Oh yeah, you want to go now?
I mean, better sooner than later, no?
All right, I'm gonna sit by Arena and be put on my shoes and just kind of start coughing loudly, maybe.
Yeah, she's kind of.
Is that
Hi, Arena. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh.
Whoa, good morning.
Oh, hi, Cornelia.
Hi,
I
ready to
didn't
go?
snore, did I?
Oh no, you never snore.
Oh, good. So what's up?
You ready to go?
Oh, already? Gosh.
We're- Sorry, we're early risers.
I'm sure you didn't want me to sleep at home more.
Well, drop us off and then you can come back and go back to bed.
All right. Fair enough. Let's go. And she kind of fumbles with some paperwork, pulls it out. All
Or
right.
I can just be you,
Huh?
and you could stay asleep. I didn't
Well,
think about that.
kind of need my writ.
Oh yeah,
do
you'll
my
get
work.
a way out. Yeah.
All right.
Wow. You look good in that dress. I haven't worn
I
that
know,
in a long time. Whoa.
Could you?
Wow.
They don't
You
wear
should probably
dresses
just-
very often, so they're not
You know what?
totally...
I haven't worn it in a long time. You should probably just keep that. It looks much better on you.
I can keep this.
Of course. I'll sew up a new one.
Do you have any like
Racist.
shorts? Maybe some shorts we can put on
Shorts.
Pup underneath the dress?
Oh. And there's these kind of baggy-ish cargo shorts that have little pockets all over. And
Look,
she
now
just
you
kind
get
of
pockets.
fits up.
I mean, I'm a little jealous, honestly. I have very few pockets in my.
Pockets! Best day ever.
All right, let's go. And she kind of walks
Look.
up to the gate with you in tow. And immediately, he looks at the group of you. Kalaris specifically eyeing you, Cornelia, because you had kind of walked up before with the rest of them. Your paperwork. And he looks over her paperwork, and he really looks at it. Looks back at you, looks at the paperwork. Now, Arena, are you sure you want to bring the rest of these friends of yours inside, you will be responsible for their well-being. And he kind of looks at each of you one by one. And Arena's like, yeah, I promise there are no shenanigans. And he kind of raises an eyebrow. Very little shenanigans. All right. And he looks at each of you. And Kelwise, he looks at you a little bit. And you could tell in his mind, he's like, is that a gnome? Is it not a gnome?
I'm just stand like a gnome. Stand like a gnome.
Okay, roll me a performance check.
Oh no.
And how are you standing? Like, let's figure out.
Like a gnome. I would look. So, obviously, being around a whole bunch of gnomes in the past day, I've looked at the way that they stand. And
Well, I mean, what are some observations? Like, how do gnomes stand that's a little bit different than maybe a halfling or a human?
yeah, they've got. Sometimes you're a two hands on your hip sort of standard, but I've noticed the gnomes are sort of a one hand on the hip, and they sort of like lean on the back right foot a little more than they would.
Okay.
And sometimes they just look comfortable.
Okay,
But not-
roll with advantage as you take a gnome stance.
Right.
Rolling just kind of one hand
perceptive.
back, lean in. I like it.
If I'm just playing with my dress, can I be a little bit distracting to give him advantage?
Oh, he's already got advantage.
Okay, good.
Double
How does a 12 sound to you?
12.
So
You know,
double
you do your-
advantage.
You do your best. You do your best, and it looks good. And maybe the fact that you're not super comfortable in this pose maybe like helps. You don't know. But he kind of looks over you. And you can see those gears grinding when he's like, very well, proceed. And Pup, as you start to walk towards the gate, you feel, and Cornelia and Kelwise, you kind of feel it too, like a vacuum where this extra sense, this magical ability you have, your ability to kind of reach out and grab the outside world, maybe the unseen world, just vanishes. And you feel kind of empty and cold as you walk through these big gated doors. This field of anti-magic just kind of oppressively tearing out anything that makes you special or unique. That's kind of what it feels like. And you guys don't know how it, but like, it seems like Keldaris and all of these guys just stand in this all day long. And you kind of maybe realize what makes this guy so hard. He's just like this feeling of like negativity almost. And it's less that it feels like it's oppressing you, and it's more just like it's taken a small piece of you and it's just holding it, and it's just noticeable. But as you walk through these big gated doors, this 25-foot door, and you take a step and you can see there's some like buildings and a few streets and people walking, the whole world just kind of expands in front of you, and this whole place just kind of it just expands, and it keeps expanding, and this place that was small becomes enormous. The very castle itself almost seems to stretch 1,000 meters away, and as it's moving away, it stays the same size as it grows, and everything just grows, as if from the outside world it had just been smashed and condensed. And as you walk through this gate, the whole world just kind of expands around you as the city of Moragana grows to an impossibly large height. And those the castle in the distance that you see, the high castle, you start to see this shimmering, and you start to hear all kinds of interesting noises and sounds. Immediately you're hit with the scent of flowers, and those flowers that you had seen in Capital City, in the Elven district of Capital City. You see all those flowers, and they almost seem to be swaying and humming in the wind. You start to hear these very pleasant harmonies on the wind that are just always kind of present, that pick up in volume and come down as the wind blows around. And the flowers seem to be not just alive in the sense that all plants are alive, but they seem to be almost like moving and swaying to this harmonies, and there's just flowers all along these cobblestone roads that move about. These big 2-3 story wooden houses, and even the wood seems to be fresh and new here. You can smell like the scent of fresh wood, as it seems like these houses are very well taken care of. Even the wood, meticulously maintained and well ordered. And you just see that there's just rows and rows and rows of houses, and then this big street that opens up and moves forward. You do see like a raised district to the right. Another huge gated area with massive estates and such all to the right, and you can see the shimmering of the sun hitting, and there's just gold all along, which they had told you loosely was called the Arm Vale, where the highborn elves kind of lived, off limits to anyone from the outside, and the lowborn elves. And you see these big fenced estates littered with like very nice brick walkways and such, and then a massive, almost what looks like an ivory bridge that comes up around and then towards that high castle that is huge and raised up. And from the high castle, you couldn't see it before, but a giant waterfall that surrounds 360 degrees on all sides of this raised castle. This huge waterfalls are just streaming down, and there's a mist that kind of covers the entire city raising above it, and there are just beams of light, all kinds of like chromatic lights just all around, just rays and rays and arches of rainbows and greens and blues and purples and reds that just kind of shimmer around the town, giving the town almost like a sparkling quality, as the air feels just fresh and renewed here. For a city this size, comparable to the size of Capital City, it smells beautiful and clean and well kept, whereas Capital City always smelled oppressive and like too many bodies and too small an area, just kind of unwashed and unclean. A stark contrast. And that's kind of what you guys see immediately as you walk in. On the main street, you see a bunch of uncast and some gnomes and halflings and all kinds of other creatures, as well as a bunch of gnomes, or elves, elves, all in what look like nice, not super ostentatious clothing, but very nice clothing, kind of moving around with daily business. Most of them just seem very blissful, unaware, just kind of going about their day.
I'm equal parts horrified and mystified by this place at the same time. It's wow.
Yeah.
It's something quite amazing.
It kind of made me sick going in here. Everything just grew, right? I mean, that
love
was
the way that felt. That was awful.
Definitely bigger in the inside.
This is beautiful.
Bigger on the inside.
Murder holes. Can we see? Are the people who are presumably habitating inside the murder holes that you mentioned before? Are they like in the castle walls, or can we see people that are like standing garrison on the interior?
Yeah, you can
now
see.
That we're inside.
You can see some of people garrisoned on that big tall wall, and you see that there are quite a few. Like every murder hole has an elf ready with a bow, and most of them are kind of just very leisurely hanging out, talking with one another. None of them they're not like on guard or anything like that, but they do seem that they're fully dressed and ready at a moment's notice to murder hole whatever they need to.
There's an inner wall though, or there's just the out. It's just a single thick wall
Just a
with
one
the outside.
big outer wall, but you do notice along the wall itself, it seems that there is a hollow portion to all the walls, and every once in a while you see these garrisoned buildings, which you assume might be barracks or such. And there's a whole set of barracks all around the walls, every maybe 100 meters or so.
Well, we made it inside. That was the first step. So
Did we ever talk about what our second step was gonna be?
no, Rezik was supposed to tell us, and
We definitely put the Cameron flower on ourselves to make us not smell bad, because I'm smelly. Right?
Kelwise had the Karen flower. I didn't think you guys did put it on yourselves yet. But
It's okay
Yeah,
that you're smelly.
maybe we saved that. Yeah.
it's fine. We can
That
always
was
get
a cool
more.
thing. Yeah.
And you're like a normal level of smelly, so
Really? Everyone says I smell really bad, and I don't think I smell that bad. Half the time, I think I just smell like honey.
We might be used to it, but
yeah, that's possible.
And I turn to, oh gosh, what's your friend's name? It starts with
Arena.
Arena.
I was gonna say Ariel, and I was like, that's not correct.
Arena, do you think that I smell bad? Like really bad? Or just like normal bad?
You smell interesting. I don't think you smell bad. You just smell different.
You. Are you just being nice?
No, of course not.
Okay, cool.
But, you know, if a bath comes up, maybe take it. Baths are really nice. I
I love
baths.
swimming.
I take them all the time. When I
I
can.
like swimming.
Yeah, bathing is like swimming.
Anyways, yeah, what do we do now?
So
Well,
let's.
I don't know. You gotta find your friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be in the big castle, you'd presume.
I say we head
yeah.
that way and just check out the city where we can walk, where we can't walk, and head up there. And maybe we'll learn
Well,
more just by
Yeah,
walking.
as long as you stay in this area, you're fine. The Arm Vale's unfortunately off limits to anyone who's not a high elf. You'd have
Yeah,
to
that
get
makes sense.
You'd have to
there-
get like a specific invitation from someone who lives there to let you in. And that's the only way to get into the high castle.
Are there guards there? Maybe the
can get a
archivist left
note?
a note with them. Yeah. Maybe they can give a note, or maybe
go
he
ask.
left word.
Go find out.
You can try. But I've got to go get
Back
the
to
little
sleep.
one. Yeah. So, I'll see you later.
So, do we need you to leave, or they'll just let us go, but we only need you to get in?
No, you can leave whenever you want.
Oh.
Just getting in is the problem.
Okay.
Good luck getting out without us. I hope that dude's not mean.
True.
I mean, he's always been nice to me.
You're
Arena, one more question. Now that we're in, is it possible that we could find or get a crit ourselves since we're already in here, or is it hard?
Well, to get cleared for a writ, you'd have to talk to someone pretty high up. I mean, this writ that we have is centuries old, and it's been passed down, so I don't even know. You probably have to talk to Calaris about getting a new writ made. And you'd have to have a good reason.
Got
But
it.
Cornelia, your family had a writ for jewel trading. Maybe if you could find, like, a documentation of that writ, you can get a new one made. Unfortunately, it's probably in his office or somewhere around there, like a record keeper. And they probably won't let you in there willingly.
Got it.
So good luck.
Thank you for your help.
And just know that if you do bad stuff, it's gonna look bad on me,
Oh,
Cornelia.
yeah. Well, you're giving me information like that. What are you expecting me to do?
I expect you not to get caught.
All
That's
right.
what I expect. All right. And she gives
That's
you
a good
big
friend.
hug, squeezes you, shakes you around. Till we
See you
see you
later.
soon. I'll keep the beet stew warm for you.
Oh, Pup wants a hug.
She gives you a big hug too. Yep. Definitely look into the baths.
I'm getting mixed signals. Okay. So where do we go first? Do we go find the person to get the writ? Do we go talk to the guards at the bottom of the stairs? Do we just break in?
I say we try the guards first before we do anything that will get us kicked out.
Sounds good. And can we keep an eye out as we walk down the street for anything that seems like out of the ordinary or special?
Special
Compared
in
to-
what way?
Yeah, I don't know.
Smells good. Like
Yeah. Yeah, delicious but unusual food and or
Yeah, you smell
items.
you see there's just a bunch of stores and shops and stuff. You see one shop that looks mystical almost. It's got like almost a purplish hue coming from the inside of it. This beautiful old building that has kind of like it looks different as far as the aesthetic of this building. It's got almost wings that kind of come up into the points on the sides and such. The roof is much differently constructed. It's got more of these like plates on the roof instead of like more of a thatched roof. And it's got like a purple glow coming out of it. Doesn't have a sign at the door, but you do see these big double doors that just kind of swing in and out. They're not full doors. It's just almost like a pushway, almost like into like a saloon of some sort. And you see just the lightest wisps of smoke coming out. It's an interesting building. You do see way down the street, the Blade and Mug, which is the inn.
I was gonna keep an eye out for that. Perfect.
Yeah, by Fogger.
I'm taking note.
Yep.
Last name barely knew her. And other than that, you just see a bunch of what look like inns and taverns. There's a lot of them on this street that seem to be getting a lot of patronage. But there are places selling like what look like fine travel clothes and such like that along this street. You do see some like fine armors and weapon shops that look to be just like very ornate looking stuff. That's kind of what's readily available right when you walk in. But there's a whole row of stuff if you're looking for something even more unique, as you've put it.
Rezik wouldn't want us to pass up the special shop with the mysterious purple glow, but maybe we should hit this on the way back. We'll be back through here. Yeah. Worth noting.
And especially if we have the archivist with us. Maybe he knows them and they can get us a special deal.
Yeah.
And if the archivist is with us, then he and Rezik are like really close. So then the archivist will let Rezik in, and then Rezik's gonna buy magic from the magic store as a human in the Elven City, and then they.
That's gonna just complete a life checklist right there. Do we see any humans in here, by the way?
There are no
Yeah,
humans.
and are they on leashes?
There's no humans. And there's
Are
no
they
leashes.
dressed as dogs?
Just big mascotted humans in dog costumes?
Love it.
Okay.
No, there are no
Guard.
humans.
Guards first.
Yeah.
No.
You're going to the
it's
guards
not
of the
either.
Arum
Guards.
Vale?
Yeah, maybe just near it, we should at least look, right? I mean, we should know.
Okay, there's this big stairwell, and it's flanked by two long ramps that look like they're for like carts, like horsed carts to be pulled through. And you see there's these big gates at the top of the stairs. There's these huge iron and ivory-looking pillars that stand very, very tall and hold these gates. And at the gate, you see these immaculately dressed elves in this thick plated armor, and these guys are armed to the teeth. You see a short sword and a long sword at their side, and as well as they have what looks like a very interesting curved blade, kind of almost halberd, and they stand attention. And behind them are 5 or 6 more of these plated guards, and they all similarly armored kind of just flank the entrance to this gate. And you see a man in almost like a very ornamental looking armor officer's kind of uniform standing at the door, just going over some stuff in a book.
Well, I don't know about the two of you, but I would be happy maybe just hanging out here for a little while and watching, seeing what the goings on are. The cart paths up there seem like they might be a good opportunity for us in the event we did need to sneak in. We might be able to do as they said and sort of hang on to the bottom of the cart and see if we could get in. But, you know, they look pretty mean and nasty. So don't really want to get caught.
Yeah,
I don't know.
let's watch.
We might as well. I mean, we're here.
I look
Anyone have
around
any-
for a snack cart
Yeah.
or a little pastry shop around. Just waiting.
There is there's a shop. It smells very, very sweet. You smell oil mixed with sugar, mixed with what smells like cinnamon.
No.
And
roll
you
paper.
kind of go into this you see this like smaller place. You see that there's all these like, oh, we're missing people. It's double me.
I did
This is
that.
the green screen.
Sorry.
That's unfortunate. Oh, I mean, what?
Sorry.
That was fortunate.
Yes, I pressed a button.
Wrong
You
lever.
you see all these different colored, what look like pastries covered in hundreds of different colors of what look like cream toppings, and you can smell like fruit fillings, all kinds of like strawberry and what look like orange and jams and stuff drizzled, and then they have these colored sugar sprinkles all over the tops of them, some of them covered in what look like candied bacon of sorts, some of them in all kinds of different colored, what look like puffed up sugar cubes with cinnamon coverings and crumpled what look like cookie dough and such all around it. Some of them very, very pink. Some of them with dried figs and fruits, almost like a crushed pistachio sugar glaze on some of them. Lots of them with like chocolate, what look like ornamental drizzle on top of like dried bananas and stuff inside these like custard filled puffed pastries, all in like kind of these rings, and it looks like the center is like
Missing.
popped out of them. Yeah,
Crazy.
It's and some of them are long, almost brick like.
Wait. Pup, before you go.
Yeah.
When you go, because I can see the drool.
Yeah. You guys should
When
stay
you go
here,
over there-
and then I'll be back. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. But when you're there, ask the shopkeep if they ever take deliveries into the castle. And if we could buy our very good friend Theodore, the archivist, a whole box of round, whole, center missing pastries to send to them.
Perfect. I will do that.
Probably honey flavored.
Yeah, they have it. Yeah. Oh, and then I'll ask if they've ever heard of hot honey and if they're interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, business opportunity.
Okay, you guys, I'll be right back. This thing I carry it with me all the time.
It's like it's shoved in the pockets of the like a couple jars in the pockets of
Cargo pants.
cargo
You have
pants.
to lift the
Cargo
dress
shorts.
to get to them.
Just like little jars of honey in the. Okay.
Don't forget to tell them it's vintage. Honey.
Vintage.
It's vintage honey.
Wait, we're sending Pup to the guards?
No. You guys are staying here watching the guards. I'm gonna grab us a snack because we're waiting.
Oh. I
Okay.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk in.
Wait,
This
Pop,
place
you mean
smells.
Poppy? Okay. Hi.
Poppy.
This place smells like pure sweet. And there's rows of this what looks like glass coverings, and there's just rows and rows of just thousands of different kinds of these pastry rings covered in every topping and custard you could think of. Sugar swirled with every bite. And
hello.
you see the most, and he's like chubby, but for an elf, most of the elves are like paper thin. They look like scarecrows. The elves look like scarecrows, and this guy, a very jolly cheeked, and you see him, and he's just like, he's got sugar all over his hands and his fingers, and he's got just
My
what
kind
looks
of
like
guy.
flour all over him, and you can hear sizzling in the back, just rings and such popped in there, and he's just over there, big old thing, pours it into the thing, and then you see him walk over and grabs these little bottles, and he's just immaculately putting little drizzles of sugar all over these things.
You're so good at that.
Oh, hello. Oh,
How did you-
looking for some?
Yes.
Huh?
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
What's your name?
Right. Hello, call me Pasty.
Hi, Pasty. I'm Poppy.
Oh, Poppy. Hello. Sorry. Will you be needing?
No, it happens to me all the time. I have honey on my fingers all the time.
Oh,
I feel like
Are you a baker as well?
Well, I make honey sometimes. I have a jar. Do you want one?
We've got honey back here.
It's hot honey.
Hot honey.
Yeah, and I take out one of the jars out of my cargo shorts.
It's
Oh,
vintage.
interesting color. Vintage, you say? Ooh.
Yeah.
alright then. Vintage. You mind if I partake a bit?
Yeah, try it. It's spicy.
Kind of opens it up and smells it. It does smell spicy. It's very interesting though. Like there's a smell interesting. It's not pepper. What is that?
That's a trade secret.
Oh, all right then.
It's spicy.
So
Oh,
hot!
not for you.
So hot!
I warned. It's all the vintaging that happened. You okay?
Oh,
Tasty.
it's so spicy.
Tasty. Blink twice if you're okay. That's more than
just-
12. I don't know how many that I can't count more than this.
I've never had something so spicy in my life. Maybe we could dilute it a bit and then put it just a tiny bit on
A
the
touch.
stuff.
So that one jar would last you a really long time. That sounds like maybe a good
Very
deal.
long time. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What if I have a friend who lives around here or visits around here or is from around here? He's actually one of the people that helped me make the hot honey. And I was wondering, do you guys ever do deliveries in there? His name is Theodore.
Theodore?
Yeah, he helped us with this stuff.
I don't quite know a Theodore. Do you have an address?
He also goes by the Archivist.
The Archivist. You're
Yeah,
friends
Theodore.
with the Archivist. Yes, and I'm Queen. I am the Queen.
Okay,
Look at me.
but in theory, if you believed me, do you guys ever do deliveries up there?
Into the High Castle.
Yeah, because I want to just send some to him as a thank you.
Well, I'm sure that they have their own personal theft.
Yeah, so you guys don't really do that, huh?
Immaculate quality. No, not really. Every once in a while, I do deliver to Vale. If you have friends
that?
there, maybe.
Oh, okay, good to know. Yeah, but I guess just for now, though, can I have one of everything and I'll trade you for that whole jar of hot honey and then also maybe come back later and maybe we can be friends and I can have pastries all the time for the jar of hot honey because it's gonna last you a very long time?
Have you never been here before?
Have you?
Been in my own shop?
Maybe.
I mean, wasn't I here before you came in?
But I wasn't here before you came. I'm just kidding. I just got here. But can I have one of everything?
If you've never been here before, I insist that you try everything. Everything. Come here.
And he just starts putting all kinds of stuff, like just shoving these round puff pastries into a big box.
Well, this isn't everything we have here, but this is a lot.
This is like a good
try.
starter. I'm gonna try all of it,
absolutely.
and then when I finish it, can I come back and get the rest of everything?
Yes, absolutely.
Will you remember? Will you remember me, Poppy?
It will
With
be
the hot
hard
honey?
to forget you. My tongue will not forget you for some time now. It feels
I
burned
think
off.
that you'll be okay. And also, if you ever feel
I hope
like
so.
maybe eating other people are exploding, try some and you'll feel better.
What was that?
Thank Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you for this hot honey.
Oh, if you want to know the slogan, it's hot honey. If you want like the proper pronunciation.
Yeah, that might hurt my
Thank
throat.
you.
Goodbye. And you kind of leave the shop with a that's like this big pink box. And he's got not just 12, maybe 13 of these puff pastries in this box. All kinds of different flavors and fruits and glazes. It's just like pure fat, carbs, and sugar, and it is excellent. It is everything that
Favorite.
pup needs to keep going throughout the day.
You guys, I became friends with the guy, and his name is Pasty, and we're friends, and I gave him some hot honey, and he almost died, but then he didn't, and he gave me almost one of everything, and he says that when we finish this, we can go back to get everything else, and then also they don't do deliveries up there, but they do deliveries to the armed guard or something like that. And also, why does no one believe we know the archivist?
I guess it's special. We're just special, and people aren't used to that.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah. Meanwhile, I like the meanwhile.
Yeah.
Oh.
Meanwhile.
Meanwhile, outside,
Meanwhile.
Rezek, you and Trust, you're out in this refugee camp, and there's a lot of interesting characters and people. And Trust, you start looking at the scroll that Rezek purchased. Well, I don't know, we'll just call it Revivify or something like that. And a lot of what it does is it one of the hard parts about soul transfers, the longer a soul is outside of a body, they just deteriorate very, very quickly. It's very hard to hold the soul together, because even if a tiny bit of the soul is lost, it kind of scrambles the rest of the soul, right? It would be like just losing a tiny piece of your brain. The whole just kind of doesn't work anymore. And this scroll for almost a minute can hold a soul outside of a body, or even encapsulate them and bring them back in, something that's very hard for you to do. Now your powers kind of work in transference. You can pull a soul out and then put it somewhere else very, very quickly, or suck a soul out into yourself. But holding it outside is something that's very, very hard for you. And when you see Eva as she's walking around, and just you notice that her soul is encapsulated by that amulet that kind of gives her life. You do see that the amulet, while it's not losing its power, it's just not quite strong enough to hold her and anchor her in this world. And you would kind of see that, like, with this scroll that you have, you might be able to pull her out and place her in something else, someone else, anything else, but it would be a risk, and you would need, whatever you put her soul in, I mean, it would be like a one-time thing, as if the soul like just deteriorates ever so slightly, but every time you move a soul, it just deteriorates a little bit more. And you kind of muse over how that would work, but you're not sure, like, if they would even want to take that risk. That's something that, could end in tragedy, should things not go as you expected.
Sure. Well, I guess we can leave this until it's absolutely necessary. Because, then it's like, if she's about to fade away, it's like this or nothing. And so we don't prematurely lose her if it goes wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the most difficult part of it is finding a host for her soul, right? We don't just have a body lying around.
Difficult.
Isn't it?
No, not really. You just...
Do you know a body supplier somewhere that I'm not aware of? You have a body guy?
No, but I mean, we just find a bad guy and make him stop being bad, you know?
Forever, yeah. No, that's true.
We
Good points. Good points.
give the body new life. Not a guy. I'm assuming Eva would want a female body, but we just find a bad lady and we just make her stop being bad, and we put Eva in there, and then the body is now a good person.
Right. Jaymes, question for you. When I took that like absurd amount of core, right? My body, my leg, like was all like deteriorated and fucked up. And then I passed that core over to Trust at one point. Yeah, it withered away. But I passed that core over to Trust at one point, and then she used it to save that girl. And this
No,
one,
you took all of it, I thought.
I took all of it, but then I gave it to you.
But she gave it to you, and
be able to save that girl.
You kind of burned through it to burn through Vrag's kind of like mental defenses to get to the girl who was stuck in the corner.
Okay.
But I mean,
I was just wondering.
You had burned it real quick.
Got it.
I've been kind of watching Trust after this, because like I went through all that, and my leg is gone.
Creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Trust has been physically like completely fine this whole time, like no kind of reaction to that.
It doesn't seem like it. Trust might have a very strong defense against core itself. That could be just her tiefling heritage. It could just be her dealings in chaos in general, or it could just be that she has this deep pool that she can hold massive amounts of energies. I mean, she sucks whole people's souls into herself and holds them in. There's a lot of different layers there, but even though she did take quite a massive amount of core, and Rezik, you had burned through quite a bit of that core before you had given it to her. Like, I mean, you had used a lot of it, just emboldening yourself before that point. So, I mean, the amount you gave her is nowhere near the amount that you had kind of taken in initially. But Trust does seem unfazed by it. It seems like she has a sort of natural kind of defense against that kind of thing.
Well, we learned that core was like souls turned into drugs, right? Basically, right?
Yes, in a way.
It was souls.
Souls returning to the life stream ish, the soul heart that had kind of takes in all life and then redistributes life back out. And when it's corrupted or just meddled with, instead of coming back out as new life, it gets trapped, and when it's trying to release, it gets stuck. And you had known that the pit kind of had this very natural, almost vent of core, as if all the impurities of the source heart kind of flowed through that giant pit and got caught there, crystallizing into what you guys know, what you guys call as core. So it was kind of like messed up life essence. So again, Trust.
So like my literal bread and butter. Yum.
Yeah, kind of a natural.
Just a little extra spice on top.
Yeah. So yeah,
it's your version of donuts, basically.
Yeah. Donuts.
I was thinking more like hot Cheetos,
Round
but
puff
yeah.
pastries.
Okay.
I see.
Trust.
Yeah. What?
I've been doing a lot of research and study and a lot of theory crafting. I was wondering, I would love to ask you this, because you have more experience with soul stuff. When you use a soul, where do you think it goes?
I think it's like the soul gets converted into magical energy, and then I expel it as something as magic. Usually, it's like it goes in one way because you can't like create or destroy energy, but I'll take in a life energy and I convert it into magical energy, and then I expel it. So I assume it goes wherever leftover magical energy goes, and I'm not a scientist, so.
Oh, yes, but I mean, hardly anyone on this planet has dealt with this kind of magic before.
Yeah, it's a bummer my mum died because she probably would have understood it. Didn't tell me a thing. I really gotta finish that diary.
Yes, hopefully the archivist has some answers for you when we talk to him about your diary. Hopefully he's done some research.
Yeah, it was really upsetting. It was like really built up that if we got to Hojo, I would finally learn something and anything about my powers. And then we got there and she died and told me nothing. And it's like, we should have just stayed petrified. I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely unfortunate you were like unconscious the whole time, for sure.
Yeah, the fates did not allow for me to see my only family.
Well, speaking, honestly,
Jaymes,
It watches over me.
I know.
Honestly, when we use that core, I told you you're one of possibly the strongest beings on this planet. I wasn't just being kind to you; I was being sincere. I think you might be the key to stopping Armageddon, and it's through this soul magic.
I thought that pup was the key. What am I the key for?
Well, she's also they're also another key, but you're a secondary key, another same
Twin
kind of thing happening.
keys!
Twin keys, thank you. Yes, twin keys.
It's like when there's an atomic bomb and you need two keys.
It's a dual turn it at the same time. Exactly.
And then after that atomic bomb, when you're really hungry and you need a pastry with cream in it, you twin keys. Because they last.
Oh, that was so bad.
What I'm trying to get at is
what would I be a key? How would I mean, I kind of understand Pup's role, but I don't. What are you thinking? How would I help with being a key? Just because I can do a lot of drugs at once and not, feel okay the next day.
I mean, you saw me on drugs. I did some crazy shit. So if you could do a lot of drugs, or not really drugs, or if we can work together and find a way for you to safely use souls, it might really be a great help to you and us in this war. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've known that forever. I'm stronger with a soul. So, I mean,
that's true. I just feel like we haven't really tapped into what you all the abilities. And I was wondering if maybe you and I could work together, because you kind of do your thing and it's great. But maybe I could help you try to find a way to, maybe have a ritual you can do, or some way to tap into it where you're not kind of just absorbing someone's soul and destroying their body. And I don't know, they're sure there are probably thousands of different things you can do with this kind of magic. So
are you saying that you think there's a way for me to use soul energy without actually taking a soul?
Maybe you can tap into talking to the spiritual realm, maybe talking to your mother. I don't know, there's a lot of potential. I have a lot written down, but I haven't been able to talk to you. Maybe you could. I don't know. It's just a lot of theories.
I would love to try and talk to the soul of my mother. She could explain this power better, and then maybe we could do what you're talking about. I wonder if there's how everything has a life force, and so I wonder if there's a way for me to extract the life force of plants.
Right?
Be like a vegan soul sucker.
Or maybe even just request the help of spirits around, right? But not destroy them, and just be like, hey, buddy.
All of you, throw me a pinky. I'll eat it.
Yeah. Something like that kind of.
Strike one off, toss it over.
Right, yes. Okay, well, if you're willing to work with me, maybe I'll think of a few ideas we can kind of kick around in workshop.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to understand it better. Because like, even though I'm very good about only taking souls of people who let me or are just like bad, it's hard to find someone that's bad enough or willing enough. So it's like, if there was an easier way, I'm all for it.
Great. As long as you're willing to study and train like a wizard would do, then you'll probably be great. But if you hate that, then we might have a hard time. So we'll see.
I mean, I'm a musician, so I do study and learn things.
It's true. It's true. It's kind of like that. It's kind of, yep. Maybe we can even bring in that musical aspect to it. I don't know. We'll mess with some stuff. Experiment.
Yeah, I'll write a song of soul sucking.
Wow, that sounds cool already. Get going on
Bring me
that.
your souls, all you people now. Bring me your souls tonight. Something like that.
Did you just do that? That was you just on the spot.
That's
Wow.
it. I'm a bard. It's not
Incredible.
I mean,
Incredible.
Why are you always so surprised that I'm good at making songs? It's what I do.
I don't know. It always just hits me. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
like
gonna go do
that's
some
like
more.
being surprised that Pup eats honey.
That's true. And the Pop eats honey consistently. I think
lot.
they are just eating it all of the time.
I think
okay,
Pup
anyway,
is
I'm
As you
gonna
guys- as you guys are
95% honey.
talking about this, the sweet sense, the wind brings an air of what at first
At
you
this
think
point,
is
yes.
honey, but it's almost like a oily puff pastry covered in a sweet glaze, just wafts by your nose. And that's what we're gonna pick up next week.
And then
Dying
he
over here.
died.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I just had some hot honey. That's it for us.
So
this week.
would Trust be a soul music artist?
I know I was gonna say.
Ooh. Imagine how
R&B, I
badass
think.
that would
I think
be.
R&B.
Imagine how badass that would be. Oh my gosh.
Neo
Oh,
soul,
God.
tiefling soul.
Ooh, tiefling soul!
Tiefling soul.
Yes!
And
Oh
then
my
like the emo version would be
God.
like tiefling core. Teeth core?
Yes.
I don't know.
Teeth core.
Metal.
Well, that's all for us this week. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out. We'll be back
Hardcore.
again next week at
Hardcore.
7 p.m. Pacific with more of this Chronicles and Aventide, the Hex of Ellazar. Hopefully you guys can join us. Anything else to announce? Bobby, anything to announce?
Not that I know of.
Melissa.
No, I don't think so.
Give us an announcement.
We will be back next Monday with the
right.
continuation of.
Oh, tomorrow. I mean,
Aventide.
we got a birthday coming up. If we're allowed to say that.
Birthday stream tomorrow, right?
Yo, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what time?
I'm streaming. 12
Okay.
p.m. Pacific.
12 p.m.
Um,
Pacific.
on
First
day
stream
four.
2023. I'm doing a birthday stream.
Ayo.
What's the,
Happy birthday.
Day.
Dream
That's the-
TV.
That's the name right there.
You.
Oh, Mel, you put it
That's
too.
it.
I won.
There you go.
Mel won. Mel is
So
the best.
check it out for a special birthday stream. Other than that, we are gonna go. Please, everyone, have a wonderful week. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. We'll see you next week on MinusOneCharisma. I almost forgot the name of our channel. And and happy birthday, Daye.
Thank
One,
you.
Happy
two,
birthday.
three. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Singing on Twitch with latency makes the song sound real good. Good night, everybody. See you next time.
Yeah, no.